Director Alex Proyas of Dark City in 1994's The Crow, starring the late Brandon Lee, has always been consistent when voicing his opinions against rebooting the original cult classic ever since there were rumors in 2017 that Jason Momoa would reprise the role that the late son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee established. I finished the film for Brandon, struggling through grief along with the hugely supportive cast and crew who all love Brandon to complete it in his absence, Proyas wrote. We were imbued with the strength of Brandon's spirit and his inspiration, not only Brandon's wonderful work as an actor and a filmmaker, but as a man whose humanity had touched us. Proyas posted on Facebook a few days ago along with a link to an article about the lackluster reception from The Crow's reboot trailer via YouTube. The Crow is not just a movie. Brandon Lee died making it, and it was finished as a testament to his lost brilliance and tragic loss. It is his legacy. That's how it should remain. That said, I have to co-sign with Mr. Proyas on this one. But for the uninitiated, The Crow is based on James O'Barr's comics, which was born out of tragedy when O'Barr himself lost his girlfriend to a drunk driver who got a slap on the wrist. And this triggered the writer/artist to utilize his frustrations about the flawed judicial system to create this comic, which debuted in 1989, which tells the story of a rock star who is murdered alongside his fiancée, only to be resurrected to seek vengeance via a spiritual crow, which Proyas' adaptation is often quoted as one of the best comic book films ever, which it was and still is, in my opinion. The Crow was dedicated and devoted to Brandon Lee posthumously and will forever be associated with the tragedy that cost him his life. However, it was also his brilliant curtain call. So, no, I don't see any reason why there should be a reboot, and after watching the trailer, I'm more than likely to side with the director. But I'm not going to lie. A few years back, when I heard that there was a proposed reboot featuring Tom Hiddleston as Draven, I thought it was somewhat ideal casting, despite my skepticism of remaking a cult classic that has Lee's imprint all over it. But since that project was thrown out the window in exchange for this reboot, my skepticism is reinforced. For starters, actor Bill Skarsgård doesn't have that resemblance like the Eric Draven we're all accustomed to. Instead, he looks more like Dante from the DMC game, which was the reboot of the first OG Devil May Cry. As for the backdrop, it looks too contemporary, and once again there's Danny Huston as the main villain as in his previous films. I mean, he's a decent actor, but he'll never have that charisma like Michael Wincock's Top Dollar. Aside from the original goth's atmosphere, there was that soundtrack which further embellished the film's world building. So without those ingredients, it's going to take more than nostalgia bait to win fans over. And by judging from the reboot trailer, it's nothing to crow about.